afternoon, everyone. Surprise, surprise. Welcome to Ward 13, except it's not going to be with John Hopwood today. He wasn't able to be here. He asked me to fill in for him. So here I am. I have a guest today. I'll let him introduce himself. Take it away, Mike.
Yep. My name's Mikey Martineau, farmer and local show from right here in Manchester, and we had plans for the show, and they kind of backfired, but we were still going to do it.
All right. There you go. That's right. So, now, I know you're from working at the arena, but you're a busy boy because I follow you on Facebook. So,
Yes.
you are.
Yeah. So I have a part-time gig with a organization called the USCAA, which is the United States Collegiate Athletic Association. It's a mini version of the NCAA, basically much smaller, a lot of smaller institutions, and we just had our small college World Series for both baseball and softball, and that was last week in Du Bois, Pennsylvania. So I got to travel out there and work that tournament, and so I flew from Boston on Friday night into Pittsburgh, stayed the night in Pittsburgh, and then drove up with the staff on Saturday morning, and then worked from Saturday afternoon until Thursday night, and then I was supposed to fly back on Friday morning, Pittsburgh to Boston, but due to we had shifts in our schedule out there during our tournament play, so taking our flight was not. I could have still taken the flight, but I had already, when they shifted the game schedule due to a safety issue on one of the fields we were supposed to play on, I decided to cancel my flight. I got Delta credit for it to use within the next year, and then I drove back with one of my coworkers who was also coming this way. So coming back was about a 10-hour drive, but wasn't too bad.
Not bad. You got to see the countryside, right? Would you take Route 80 through Pennsylvania?
Yeah, 80 to 84 through New York, 84 to 90, then Route 3 up.
Not bad. Did you go through Connecticut?
Yeah, went through Connecticut. Had once in Middletown, New York at Five Guys. Yep.
I've never been to a Five Guys yet.
Really?
Never been to
Wow.
a Five Guys. Man, so when you go to these events now, they pay your expenses, or you have to cough it up, or what's the story with that?
I usually pay for my travel, and then they provide hotel and meals. So usually only my expenses, my travel, which I try to keep on the roll, and that's why in the past you've seen me take trains and buses, but I'm like, this time I'm like, the national office is right in Pittsburgh now,
Uh-huh.
so it's like for that tournament it's like a easy 2-hour drive with staff into Du Bois. So so just depends on what the tournament is. It determines my approach for my travel.
Yeah, I personally, I love taking the train.
Yeah.
Especially, Amtrak. It's those big cushy seats.
Yes.
The tracks are usually nice and smooth, right? And you
Yeah.
can really unwind on the trains. It's not rushed. It's,
Yes.
calm.
Yeah. I've had one issue with Amtrak, but it wasn't my fault. So on one of my trips, I was going from Boston to Richmond, and this was an early morning on a Saturday.
Mhm.
They scanned my ticket and had overnight, that previous night, there was a trail derailment down in Maryland, in the Aberdeen area. Cold cars all over the place. So it was a
Wow.
massive flame, and it stopped traffic from Philly to DC for a couple days.
Wow. So now how long you been at what's the acronym again? No.
USCAA, United States Collegiate Athletic Association. I've been associated with them for about 10 years or so.
And how'd you hook up with them?
Via the school I was attending ACI, basically being with the athletic programs, I was able to attend some of the national tournaments, and then basically when I went to my first one back in 2015, I just started volunteering off that when my team wasn't playing, and then since I've stepped away from ASI with teams and whatnot, I just go by myself and work these tournaments, and there's usually 5 major tournaments. I usually go to 3 of them. Just depends on what staff and needs they need or whatnot, because really for golf they don't need me. Track and field they don't need me, but for soccer, basketball, volleyball, cross country, and baseball and softball they need me. So it's an awesome opportunity. It's a great vacation. I call it a vacation. I'm still technically working, but it's a vacation from my job right here in Manchester.
True. Plus, if you enjoy it, it's really not work. So I could see a vacation. That's kind of nice. So, how many events you do with them a year?
Usually 3 or 4. Just
that's not bad.
So we usually have a fall championship week in like November, and then we have basketball in like March, and then softball and baseball in May. So
I don't think I wouldn't want to do the golf either. I'd be like nodding out, falling. That golf puts me to sleep.
Yeah, I used to play a lot. I play like once a year now. So.
Yeah. You play golf too?
My papa introduced me to the game, and so basically, and I still try to honor his legacy. He was a member over at Intervale, over on the west. That is the west side. Yeah, Intervale Country Club. So I started playing with him, and then since he's passed away, I play like once or twice a year.
Yeah, I don't play at all, but a lot of my friends tell me I should pick it up, but I'm too old now. I don't think I could have the swing right, but they always say I'd love it because I love walking, right? That's their sort of, reason for get out there, but I don't think so. Not at this stage of the game,
Yeah, and we have and we'll have 2 events at the Snow Arena next week. Hollywood Vampires on Tuesday night, and then WWE on Sunday night.
Right, I'm looking forward to Hollywood Vampires. It's more popular than I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, Mike, until after they booked it, which, by the way, they're practicing this whole week down there. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
They rented the arena to practice. So
because they're going on, I think Manchester's a
first stop. Yeah.
First stop. They're doing a couple North American dates and then going over to Europe.
Is that what it is? But I know, because before they booked them, it was, I forget what did we do? It was the NCAA.
Yeah.
When I was leaving that Sunday,
Yeah.
they were talking about, because I said, I'll see you in September, because, so they, no. I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, they didn't say anything about the wrestling, but they said, they said entertainers.
Yeah.
Were renting the hall for a week, and they were going to see if they could book them. So, and it turned out to be Hollywood Vampires. So.
Yeah. So it's Johnny Depp, the famous actor, Joe Perry from Aerosmith,
Alice Cooper. You can't. How can you go wrong with Alice Cooper? You can't. Right?
And then the drummer, I can't remember his name.
Well, somebody told me, I know the other guy, but somebody told me he's another guitarist. I don't know who's on drums, so I don't know. But because I did research, I said, what's Hollywood Vampires? And that's when I found out it was Joe Perry, Alice Cooper, and Johnny Depp. So, and of course, it's more popular than I thought. People are telling me they got tickets, blah, blah, blah. They can hardly wait. But you know how it goes, Mike, because you work at the arena. The people are asking me, get them in to watch them practice. It's like, what do you mean? You can't get me in. I go, I don't know how to get in to watch the practice. I laugh at that, right? Isn't that the way? Oh, come on, get me in. You can do it.
Yeah, and then right now after that, Wednesday we'll have high school graduations.
Yeah, I don't sign up for those.
Yeah, no, and then I think we don't have any.
Until the end of September.
End of September, Bill Burr, and then we have Jurassic Live coming in November.
I don't know what that's going to be like, but
Bilbo
all kids, I'm sure.
Bilbo will be interesting. He's a major comedian. He sold out Fenway last year. And then
I'm not familiar with him. Bill, are you familiar with Bill Burr?
Kind of. Yeah, I know he did a Fenway show last year. So, and he's one of the most major names on the scene right now. So
Really? No, see, I don't know, but somebody told me he's very offensive. Like I said, I'm not familiar with him at all, so I don't know. But let's go back to the USC
AA.
AA.
Yeah.
No, when you were just in Pittsburgh, what type of event was that?
That was baseball and softball national championships, and then it's in Du Bois, Pennsylvania, which is about 2 hours northwest. Yeah, I had to figure out my compass real quick. Like 2 hours northwest of Pittsburgh. So it's baseball and softball. Our top 10 teams. So we had teams from Florida to Maine, from Mississippi, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York. So it was a very good tournament on both sides. So.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Penn State Brandywine won it on the softball side, and then Penn State Du Bois won the baseball side as a 9 seed. So
now, how is it male or female or both?
Baseball is male, softball is female.
I wonder if I watched, because I watched when working where I bartend. I had to put the softball on. It was the girls.
Yes.
Wow. Now, how many, like when they start off, we'll say like the softball, how many teams start and, sort of get eliminated?
It's 10 teams on both sides, so 10 softball teams, 10 baseball teams, so double elimination, so you're at least guaranteed 2 games. So basically it bracket style format, so 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9, then the winners of those 2 games face off against the 1 and 2 seed, 3, 6, and 4, 5, and then once you lose the game, you move into the elimination bracket, and then you try to win your way out. But once you lose 2, you're out.
Right. So, and now when you volunteer for these, right? These events.
Volunteers. So depends on what role I'm doing there. I might get a very minor stipend per game I work, but usually it's a 50-50 split. It just depends on what role I'm doing there. Like I was just I was doing some social media stuff for them, shagging foul balls and whatnot. And it was a great tournament. The national office staff is amazing. I gotta give credit to BJ, Jenna, Keenan, and Jared. They're my mentors in life. Being in a national organization like that is amazing. Being a part of it's awesome opportunity to help myself grow and expand and help my career grow.
Fantastic. Now, when you go to these events, do you know what you're going to do? Do you say, I'll do this, and this, or do you, once you get there, they say, can you help us do this, and this?
Usually they send out a schedule ahead of time, and then if they need to sift people at the event, they do. But I'm a jack. I call myself a jack of all trades usually, so there are very few things I cannot do in sports. So it's like, and they know what I can't do, but they put me in the best position to help them win these tournaments the best way they can to give a great experience to these student athletes.
Fantastic. That's pretty good. I see. I figured, it must be interesting. Well, you meet all these athletes now, and then like 5 years from now, we'll say, you get the pitcher that tosses that wins the World Series. I know him. He was, he was on the the event, whatever it is, the USCAA.
Yeah. Yeah. Small College World Series.
Yeah, you could say all that. Imagine that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
And what did they play in universities or?
Yeah. So it's small colleges. So anywhere from community colleges. So we have in our organization we have community colleges like NHI up in Concord. We have a couple up in Maine. We got universities so we got colleges and universities basically all over the place. Mostly west of the east of the Mississippi. That's majority of what our membership is. So so basically we got teams from Florida to Maine, Mississippi, for the Midwest a little bit, but most teams are in this Northeast region. So.
And who decides what venue to hold these championships in?
So usually it goes out to a bidding process. So usually it gets bid out every like 2 years, and so usually there's a local group that usually tries to. So like the Small College World Series was put on by the city of Du Bois. So basically usually a sports commission or sports organization will come in and like host it for will host it for us, and then we just run it and whatnot. So it's like the city Du Bois does baseball and softball for us. Like for basketball, we go down to Virginia State University down in Petersburg, Virginia. Golf is held at State College.
PA?
Yes.
I've been there.
I've transferred in State College a couple times, so I've been through it there a couple times. Like soccer will be moving to Pittsburgh now, and we'll see how that goes compared to when it was in Virginia Beach these past couple years. Cross country and volleyball is moving outside of Pittsburgh to one of the schools in our organization, Penn State Fayette. So and then just depends on how the facilities are and how the tournaments are run. It's like just depends on, but they do get bidded out every couple of years. So somebody might have it for 2 years and then it might move or it might just stay there. It just depends on how the venue is doing with us and if they want us back or whatnot.
You should talk to the guys down here at the arena. Just say, hey, bid on these, let's get some action up here.
Yeah, I wish we could bring in the basketball tournament here, but
I enjoy basketball.
Yeah, but it
not so much the Celtics the past week. They were good last night, but
yeah, they were good last night. Yeah, but it's not like we're a small organization, so it's so like for basketball, our main site is a Division II arena that holds stuff like the SNU does. It's small. Capacity is like half, but it's not like it's near our member institution. So it's like we don't sell out the place, but it's basically a ghost town in there when we play there. Just depends on what team's making and who travels well.
And how'd you say you hooked up with them again?
Basically, through NHI, basically, I started working with the NHI teams when I went there, and basically, once we made a couple World Series appearances for softball, which I was able to go to, basically, when we were...
Wait, I mean, you started what? You were in college and you hooked up with them through your school? Or?
Yeah, school, because one of the teams I was managing made it to a small college World Series out in Akron, Ohio, and then basically when we when we weren't playing, I basically volunteered my time and basically just grown from that. So
Nice.
yeah, but we've had, let's say, talking about the arena. Let's say, I attended the Reba show. Oh my God, that was an amazing show.
Yeah, well, I get to see it because I'm,
Yeah.
in the VIP suite
Yeah.
all the time. So that was an amazing show.
Yes.
Did you get tickets, or were you working for that?
I got tickets. It was my birthday present to my girlfriend.
All right.
Who?
We could talk about that next show.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are envious of your relationship. It's like, it's nice. It's always up and it's positive and it's fun.
Yes.
And, I'm sure people are, they're searching for that every day, and they don't sort of never stumble upon it, shall we say. And here you are, you got this fantastic relationship, just seems to keep rolling along and getting brighter and more fun and exciting and closer and
Yes.
stronger. Because, like I said, I follow you on Facebook. So we're here, we're at the Rex, we're at the Palace, we're at this restaurant, we're doing this. That's pretty cool. I like that. So where were your seats for Reba?
Upper bowl. So.
You should have came to the VIP suite. I'd have let you in.
Yeah.
They're good seats. I mean, it's about, well, I don't know if you know where it is. It's about, just starts, say if there's the arena, it just starts halfway back and goes, it's pretty big. It holds like, I don't know, 50 people or something like that. But the seats are nicer than the regular seats because there's more space.
You talking the one in the Sam Adams?
No, not Sam Adams. That's the one at the end of the thing. Mine is up. If you're in the Sam Adams, if you look up to the right, there's the VIP suite right there.
I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Like it's like under section 221 or 220.
Yeah.
It's under that. But they put me there. They put me there when I first started there, and some people don't like it because. Depending on the event, it could be slow, but I don't need to make a killing. Let's face it, I'm old. I don't want to kill myself working. But like Reba, then you get something like Reba and it's nonstop, and I think like that it makes up for when it's slow. Because Reba, you walk out of there, your pockets are full. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So.
Reba was a very good show. Her two opening acts were amazing.
They were.
Yeah.
And the one, I like the bluegrass one, whoever they were.
The Isaacs.
Oh, I love bluegrass.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy them.
Yeah. I follow them all on social media now. And,
do you?
The Isaacs were recently in Jerusalem.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Wow. Not bad. So I wonder how was her tour? Reba's tour, like, where else did it go? Do you know? I don't follow that stuff.
Like, Manchester was her third to last stop. So, like the following night, she was in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And then she ended in Madison Square Garden.
Yes. Naturally, go out with a bang.
Yeah, but it went all over the place. I think it started in Florida, made her way out to the West Coast, played the Hollywood Bowl, played over the West, and then made her way back east.
Well, I'm glad she came to Manchester.
Yeah.
Right? That's not bad. That's a nice arena. It's bigger than Lowell.
Yeah.
'Cause, I used to live in Lowell, and I would go to the Songus Arena, I think, only holds 8,900 or something, or we'll say 9,000. This is about 12,000.
12,000 depends on the configuration you have of the seats and whatnot.
Yeah.
It depends on if any sections are blocked off. Usually, just depends on what the event space needs and what the operators are willing to open, basically.
Right. Well, like Cirque du Soleil, they had both, ends of the arena, no seats at all. Well, that was a good. I had never seen them till this time. That was. Did you get to see any of that?
Yeah, I remember we talked about it the last time I was on you.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
well, we don't have to spend time talking
Yeah.
about it again then. So now, with the USCAA, what's the next event that you're going to be headlining with?
Next event will be not until November when I go back out to Pittsburgh to work the Soccer National Championship. So that'll be mid-November, right after Jurassic Live. So yeah, they have a convention in a few weeks, but they don't need me to go to that. And then volleyball and cross country are at a dedicated site now, which has staffing already. So basically, whenever a host institution is not involved in a event like it, they usually bring the outside staff in that they need. So scorekeepers, volunteers, commentators, cameramen, so forth.
And what do you usually do? Do you do like a bit of everything? Do you ever do like cameras?
I've done some producing for them on the live streams.
Mm-hmm.
I've done some camera work. I have done some stats. I've social media. Basically, like I said, I'm basically a jack of all trades, and because I know a little bit about everything, and I keep my mind open so I can learn new things, able to expand my skill set. So yeah.
Nice. Like me, well, for technology, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue about anything. If it's working, fine. If I get a problem with tech, I have to call somebody. Or I remember one time when I was living in Lowell. For some reason, my iPhone, I kept saying missed call. It was never ringing, and I must have seen these 15-year-old kids walking towards me, and I just said, do you kids know anything about iPhones? Yeah, why? And so I'm explaining to them, right? I says, you keep saying I'm missing calls, but it's not even ringing. So this girl says, I can fix that for you, if you want. I said, sure. I give her the phone, bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep.
Here you are. And it so that's pretty funny. Do you know all about that stuff?
Yeah, and technology I'm very savvy on. So it's like, and usually the old athletic director I used to work for at ASI, who recently retired. Basically, I would be his tech guy no matter what. If he needed a document changed into another format, he would usually send it to me, and basically I would take care of that. And if he needed research done on award winners or whatnot, usually I'll be right on the case working for that, because I know where to find that stuff and whatnot.
Wow, so you're like a technological scholar here.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know how to really maneuver it all. Do this, do that, go here, go there. Not me. Like I said, my phone comes on and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So now, do you play any local sports or?
I used to play in a kickball league these past couple of years. With one of the local adult sports organizations, and so I played that for a couple of seasons. Basically, it was beer league, I would say, but it was a nice way to meet new people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that for the past couple of years. But that's basically all the sports I've done as an adult, except for helping out the teams up at HI when I can.
Mm-hmm.
And just enjoying the sports that come to Manchester. So, we got the Fisher Cats in town. Fisher Cats, which is AA baseball. They're currently on the road in Portland, but they're a nice attraction for the summer. And just depends on what's in town for sports at the moment. Like SNU baseball will be playing in the Super Regionals for their tournament this weekend. We're hosting Lemoyne, so that's a free game series that starts. Best of 3 series that starts Friday and goes into Saturday, and then seeing whatever college sports are around or whatever professional sports are around or semi-pro or whatnot. Seeing what's around town to do for entertainment.
There you go. Now, are you going to go to these, call it the SNU games?
I was planning on going on Saturday, but I just got called into work on Saturday, so no biggie.
Oh, at the diner or
Yep.
the restaurant, whatever.
Yep, Flame Course Cafe, which celebrating an anniversary there in the next couple weeks. So I'm happy. 3 years working there.
Wow. All right. Good for you.
Yes.
How do they treat you over there?
Awesome.
That's the main thing.
Yep.
That's the main thing. Hey, do you go to Fish Cats games at all?
I tried to. I haven't been to a game this season yet because. Yeah.
Well, it basically just started, but I went to 3 games. I've only been living up here.
Yeah.
Well, it was 2 years in January. I went to 3 games last year, but I'm planning on going. They have I think they're a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's cheaper than driving down to Boston and see the Red Sox play.
I know, and pay $75 just to park your car.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, if you park further out and then take the subway,
Yeah.
and then you're on the subway forever on game day.
Yeah. I've done that a couple times, so.
And me. But it's brutal down there. I rather,
Yeah.
stay up here too and go with the local stuff.
Yes.
So what else? What's now? Summer's coming up. What else? Do you ever go up to the lakes or the mountains?
Occasionally we'll go up to the lakes. Occasionally go up to the mountains. Just depends on what my work schedule is and what I want to do with my life in the summer. Like usually I just want to relax and then sometimes take day trips if I'm able to.
Yeah. Not bad. That's not bad at all. So, where do you think you can go with this USCAA association?
Hopefully I can, at some point in my career, maybe actually join their staff and join their national office and be a full-time staff member of them. So
nice. And then what? Relocate to PA?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because that's where the national office is now. So unless I want to do things from remote, which I don't really want to, but if they offer me the chance, I would definitely move to the Pittsburgh area to work for them. And basically, it's like, and Pittsburgh's a nice major city. I've only had the one experience there, but it seems like a nice city from the brief perspective I got from the trip. But I'll get more experience along the way.
Well, I was there once, driving through, and I stayed a couple of days, and
Yeah.
so that's my experience with Pittsburgh. But it was kind of nice with the river down the park, with the big fountain way down at the tip of the city there.
Yeah.
And the stadium where the Steelers play.
Yeah.
Not bad. So that's good. So what else has been happening, Mike?
Just working hard as usual. Just keep my work level to a high level, making sure the customers at the diner and at the arena are served properly and give them the best experience they can.
Nice. Now, is it a busy diner?
Yes. Definitely on the weekends for sure. Definitely on the weekends for sure. And we're open 6 to 2 daily, except for Mondays. Mondays we are closed except for holidays. So, and I have a nice easy commute, 15 minutes walking.
Nice. That is nice and easy.
Yep, nice and easy. Yeah, so we got a good location, so it's
Where is it located?
488 South Main Street. So it's in we're in I would call it a strip mall. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's say we have a pet store, then we got a Thai restaurant, a vacant spot where a pizza place used to be, a laundromat, an Indian restaurant, and
Oh, wow.
we're right on the end. We're right at the corner of South Main and Woodbury.
I know South Main. I'm not sure about Woodbury, but
Woodbury is the one that comes up. That Woodbury is coming up from Second. So basically, you got
I
Second.
know Second Street. Yeah.
Basically, if you at where the Applebee's positive with the Dollar Trees on that, going up
Okay.
that's Woodbury, and
Uh,
then basically you got that four-way intersection. Four-way South Main, Woodbury. South Main continues to Bedford. South Main goes towards the inner part of the west side, and you got
Yeah.
routes out to Bedford and Route 101 and whatnot.
Not bad. So, where your restaurant is, you could like stay there all day and start with going to your place for breakfast, and then what you say? There's 3 other restaurants there. Wow, you could stay there.
Yeah.
Go to another restaurant for lunch. Go to another one for dinner.
Yeah.
Sort of just sit in your car all day and go from one to the
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
depending on what kind of food you wanted.
Yep.
Not bad. That's not bad at all. So, how long have you? Are you from Manchester?
Yep. Born and raised.
What? And you're gonna ditch it and go to Pittsburgh if you get the opportunity?
Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see.
You don't think you'll miss it?
I'll definitely miss Manchester if I do move. And it's not a definite yet. It's not really in the works yet, but that would be a dream goal of mine to be able to work full time for them, relocate, get to live in a new city and whatnot, and work for an amazing organization.
Sure. That sounds good. Well, it's like I grew up just north of Boston, so now, I live just south of here, and that's, far enough for me. And, my sister moved down to Raleigh. When are you moving down? When are you moving down? I keep telling her, I don't think it's going to happen.
But we and talking about Raleigh, we have new direct flights with VO.
Oh, that's right. When I go visit her this next time I visit her, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Give them a go. Because in the flight, it's low money
Well,
for the flight.
low money. They're one of the low cost carriers, so, but not an everyday flight. So you have to.
I know, what is it, 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a week. We'll see how the demand happens and see if they expand it or whatnot.
Right, and once that's starting next month, isn't it?
Yep.
In June?
Yeah, late June. So there's another airline that'll be at Manchester Airport. So yes, and then let's say we have Spirit. So basically, we got Spirit, we got Avio coming in, we have United, American, and Southwest. So
Right. Oh, Delta's gone?
Delta's gone.
Oh, because when I used to work there, they had Delta, American, United, and Southwest.
Yeah.
So, and of course, COVID came along, and that was the end of that. They gave everybody the heave-ho. And then when they reopened, I remember they're calling me to go, and I would have went back, but you had to wear a mask after all. I got so tired of that. Just like Zoom, Mike.
Yeah.
Everything was on Zoom. I got so zoomed out.
Occasionally I do a Zoom here and there, but not very often now.
Right.
only time I do Zoom now is for when they do the bid shows for these tournaments. Basically, they do it via Zoom, and basically they broadcast it to a different site, but they do it via Zoom so that all the teams that are potentially going, and they get their reactions. So because it's not like we're covered by a major network. We're a small organization, so but I think one of our plays from the Small College World Series is going to be on ESPN, I think. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a nice jump up catch by from the shortstop from Du Bois. He had to jump probably. He was in his position and a ball got hit right to him, and basically he leapt up and made the catch. It was an amazing catch, but so they just posted that today. So basically, hopefully that'll get, and we tagged all the appropriate accounts, so hopefully it makes it on SportsCenter. So
nice. And now, are you into this clip with him catching?
No.
See, too bad, Mike.
No, too bad.
You would have got some notoriety
Yeah.
there. Hey, look at him! Look at him! Nice. Now, what are the rules different for college baseball as opposed to the majors?
Or let's say we don't have the pitch clock. Basically, all the games were 7 innings except for the championship, which were 9. Basically, and we were playing some modified rule, which allowed for courtesy runners for the catchers and pitchers. That's a NAIA modification, so it's basically we're playing NCAA rules with NIA modification. So basically same rules as majors, but simplified. Basically, no pitch clock. There were mound visits and whatnot, but I'm trying to remember what other. There aren't really too many major differences between the rules of Major League and college ball, to be honest.
And now, of course, with all that's going on with this transgender crap, right? Do they allow guys on the women's teams if they say they identify as a sissy?
I don't think we've had an incident like that in the USCAA, but I think we have policies in place for that. I'm not positive, but I think it has been. I know there have been females on male, like I remember there was a player from there was a female baseball player on University of Maine Presque Isle, which is way up there.
That is way up there.
Yeah. They used to be part of the USCA. Now they're Division III. I know there was one.
Was she a pit bull? You know what I mean.
I'm trying to remember. I remember hearing the stories about her. I know there was one down here at Riviera past couple years. I know there's a female on Bedford's baseball team, Bedford High School.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So females are emerging in baseball, so it's a nice way to see them integrated if they don't want to play softball. I don't want to have.
But Mike, I don't know. You know, I guess I'm old-fashioned. I just can't see females. They don't have the strength that males have. I don't care what they say. They don't have the strength that males have, and that's why I don't think just because a guy says I identify as female should play on a woman's or compete against women, period. It's not normal, and let's face it, they're guys. Play with the guys, You're a female. Play with the females. It's not, well, I wanna. You know, I wanna pilot an airplane too, and I wanna own one. I mean, it's just crazy. But I had to throw it out there because I was curious.
I,
Yeah.
I, yeah, I don't really have an opinion on the matter because I haven't. Well, I've seen examples of it, but I don't really
Yeah.
have an opinion about it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm old-fashioned, so that's where it goes with me. So now they have. What's your favorite time of year for volunteering for these events, Mike?
Well, the fall because it's down in Virginia Beach, so I get a hotel right on the ocean
Yep.
front. It's
Nice.
amazing. I've had a couple of amazing years down there, but basically I would say I would go fall when it's in Virginia Beach. We'll see how it is in Pittsburgh now.
Mm.
Just depends on the weather. Second would be baseball and softball in Pennsylvania. Just depends on what the weather is. But we play on all turf field, so it's not like we're going to get really delayed unless it's thunder and lightning and hell. That's the only way
Right.
we're going to get delayed, or if we have long games. And then, yep, I consider basketball my favorite sport of all, but it's like it's indoors, so it doesn't really matter on the weather.
Exactly. I like basketball too because it's like non-stop action.
Yeah, not.
That's what I like about it. It's
Yeah,
not, goes, boom, boom, back and forth non-stop. And these events now, what's the typical length? Like 5 days or?
Or World Series was we had our home run derby and open ceremony on Sunday night, and then championship games for Thursday. So usually 5 days.
Is that what it was in Virginia Beach? 5 days?
Yeah. Because let's say play started on in Virginia. Let's say play for volleyball and soccer started on Thursday. Cross country had their walkthrough on Thursday at the course. We had the banquet Thursday night, and then Friday was the cross country race. Volleyball was doing finishing up their pool play and going into bracket format. And then soccer was doing pool play form, and then volleyball championships are usually on Saturday, and then soccer championships, because for volleyball, soccer, and cross country, we have it split into two because we have so many teams, so it's not like for soccer, like we have 16 fields for both Division 1 and Division 2, and basically the difference between Division 1 and Division 2 is basically if you allow athletic scholarships or you can't have them. It just depends on what your level your college is, because we have some NCAA Division 2 schools in our tournament that can have athletic scholarships, but then you have community colleges and like Division 3 schools that can't have athletic scholarships. So it just depends on. So in those three sports, we separate to Division 1, Division 2. So basically we had so we had six. So we had like 24 soccer teams.
Wow.
Basketball is usually 8 on Division 1 and then 10 on Division 2. So that's 36 teams. Baseball and softball is 10 each, so that's 20 teams. And then cross country is basically an open invite; anybody can go. And then golf is kind of structured. Basically, you have to have a average less than 100 to participate at the national tournament. So that kind of, but we still got teams from across the nation playing in that. So yeah, it's a nice little organization that I love and enjoy, and I'll be with them for a long time, and either as a volunteer or eventually working for them as a national staff member.
And so during these events, how many staff from USCAA sort of oversees or conducts these,
Or so the USA National Office staff has, let's say, we have a COO, BJ Burgess. We've got 2 assistant directors of championships, one's for marketing, one's for compliance. And then we have a SID consultant on staff. And then usually we have a couple grad assistants as well. So from the national office, it anywhere from 3 to 7 usually.
Huh.
And then they bring in outside help like myself and other SIDs and other administrators from different. Just depends on what the location of the tournament is, but basically, so like for Virginia, usually I go down. It just depends on where the event's being held and what support they need. Depends on what staffing they need to bring in from their member institutions or from former member institutions that still have amazing people to work with. Like, I've met so many people from this organization that are going to be lifelong friends of mine and that are mentors for me because some of them are more experienced than me in the field, which is amazing. So I can look up from, ask questions, and make relationships along the way, and just love the job I do with them.
There you go. It sounds like you're going to go places with them, Mike, because
Yes.
it's you.
Yes.
It's just so natural for you, and, it's sort of attracting you, and you're going with it. So good for you. That's good for you. But before, when you were mentioning, you were explaining to me SID. What's SID?
SID is Sports Information Director. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Shows you what I know, Mike.
Yeah, or SID has, besides that definition of it, there's so many others, but like one's a medical term and whatnot. But Sports Information Director is like doing all the publicity, press releases, live stream, stats, photography, trying to promote your institution the best way you can, promote your teams, promote your student athletes, advertising, try and raise revenue sometimes based via programs or program ads or whatnot. It's a very diverse field, and I love doing it.
Well, that's great. That's always the main thing, Mike.
Yeah.
When you love doing something, it always works out for the best. And we don't have too much time left, so what can I tell you? I'm going to start getting ready for the next show, Mike.
Yep.
And like I said, stick around and you can do the next one with me too. We'll talk about a whole nother topic.
Yes.
And seeing as there's not much time left, let them know again who you are, if you don't mind.
My name is Mikey Martineau, and I'm a fine weapon and local celebrity right here in Manchester, New Hampshire. And thanks for tuning in to Ward 13 with John Hopwood.
And I want to thank John for asking me to fill in for him today. And I'm sure John will be back next week. So, in the meantime, we only have a couple of minutes left, but I have to get ready because I'm on in a couple of minutes. So, from me, Mike, and John, wherever you are, we'll see you next week. Where's